Welcome to the Life Chat. Time is just a train that gets you to the next destination. And I'm talking about eschatological events and other stuff.
If you jump off the cliff and survive, what stops you from jumping off again? You feel like you have the wings to fly, but the one time you fail, you fall to your demise.
Interesting. I've been there before.
Yeah.
Where I've had to take a step back, take a deep breath, and realize, let me look at this from a whole different perspective. They're talking about something deeper than myself. You know how important it is to surround yourself with good people, like you said? And today we have a wonderful video. We're gonna talk about something everyone struggles with. It's called time. So today I have one of my close friends. He's back. If you guys haven't tuned into my second podcast, go and tune in, like, subscribe, send to a friend. And we're back with Makai, also known as Too Shy. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Glad to be here again.
And before we introduce, we want to introduce Makai has just come up with a wonderful brand, and he'll explain the concept in a sec. It's called
Silence Fashion.
And there it is on his shirt. And explain, what is this concept on your hoodie? It's a beautiful concept. If I'm not mistaken, I see Kobe Bryant. And who's the guy on the right?
So this is Mansa Musa. It's an amazing opportunity to push this brand out, Silence Fashion. It's been in the workings for over 2 years. We talk about timing, you know what I'm saying? Going throughout my undergraduate career, I saw a lot of businesses come and go, whether they were young or whether they were old. I took a lot of advice from a lot of my mentors, and I just put it all together, and I wanted to create my vision. The true crux of what I'm doing here is creating a brand where you don't have to speak about what you're wearing. You can be fly in silence. You can be educated in silence.
And the brand speaks for itself.
You can be powerful in silence.
Yep.
So that's what it stands for. My brand is going to encapsulate the wonders of the world, what I go through, my experiences, and I'm going to put it out there so people can grasp onto it and think. That's all I want you to do is think. I don't necessarily want you to buy it because it looks cool. I want you to buy it and ponder why I put this certain design on this certain garment.
So who is Mansa Musa? Because Mansa Musa speaks to your character, and he speaks to a lot of different things. And there's a specific reason you put him on your brand. You put him on all your piece of clothing. Who is Mansa Musa?
Mansa Musa, the king of the Mali Empire. In school, nobody learned about him. I think, there's a big misconception about Black people in general, across all ethnicities, and we weren't looked at as kings. For a long time, you can look in the history book and we're seen as slaves. I always looked into Black history and found those martyrs that lived and died for the cause of pushing forward Black people and empowering us to believe that we are equal. All men are created equal according to the Constitution, but for a long time, it wasn't reflected in society. So I definitely wanted to enlighten people. You may wear this hoodie because you like the colors or you like the concept, but when you see Mansa and Kobe, the Mamba, you're going to think, well, I know Kobe. He played basketball for a real long time, LA Lakers, but you don't understand that the purple and the gold represents royalty.
Royalty, yep. Purple
and the
is
royalty
royal color.
is seen through Mansa Musa as well. He was the richest Black man known to man. So it's pretty cool to enlighten people on how we were kings before we were slaves.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to portray with this line called Rich and Royal. We're rich in our minds. We're rich with our currency. We're rich when it comes to legacy as well.
And thank you so much. And you guys can go purchase his piece of clothing. We'll have the website link attached at the bottom of the video. You guys can purchase the piece of clothing, but I encourage you to look into the concepts behind the clothing, because it's deeper than just the coloring. It's deeper than just the style, So look into why Mamba and Mansa is on this specific piece of clothing. All right. And let's get into what we came here to talk about. This thing that everyone struggles with. It's a conundrum. It's something hard for people to grasp their head around. It's this thing called time.
Yeah.
Time. You see, the one thing that we all share, let's be honest. Let me start by saying this. Animals are stronger than us. They're faster than us. They have, in many cases, many better characteristics that we don't possess as humans. But the one thing that we all share, from the lions to the elephants to ants, the one thing we all share is this 24-hour clock called time. You know, we all have this same 24-hour clock because we have a lot of differences. Our brain is more sophisticated than animals, but we all share 24 hours. But why is it that we struggle so much with time? And time goes hand in hand with this thing called timing. It's different. So my first question to you is, what's the difference between time and timing?
Yeah, I remember when we first discussed it, it was an idea that we just had when we were just sitting in our leisure time and, talking about where we are in our lives. When it comes down to it all, we're in a place where we're shifting to new levels. We're transitioning, and that's what we call timing. We took the opportunity when it came and we knew that it was the right timing
Yeah.
to pursue what we have. A lot of people feel like this is my time.
Yeah.
This is my time. Well, you got to think about many opportunities are going to flow through your life. The only time that you truly have is those moments.
Yeah.
You have to seize the moment.
Yeah.
It's a common phrase,
What
but
did Nike
nobody
say?
breaks it down. You have to just do it.
Yeah. Yep.
So you can't hesitate when the moment gets there,
You can't.
because you have 24 hours in a day. And that opportunity may come at hour 23 when you just woke up from a nap and you have that creative spark. But when you seize it is when you see the true beauty of it all. It's going to be there right in front of your face. If you don't grab it, it'll drift away.
So what is I want you to explain this concept of time, because many different scientists try to come up with a intellectual explanation or intellectual definition of time. But what does time mean to you? Time itself. What does that word mean to you?
Yeah, when I think about time, I always think about the opportunities that we have during the day. I don't see time as a clock.
Interesting.
I see time as a timeline. I feel like when I wake up, I have a certain obligation to myself, and that's to give myself a head start. A lot of people feel like they wake up, they do a routine, it's regular. I don't treat my life as if it's regular. I treat my life as if I want to make every day special. I want to give every day to a common goal, because if you feed a goal over and over and over, it's eventually going to grow to the point that you didn't even know was that big.
Consistency and persistence.
There it is.
And I explain time as, this might be deep, but if you think about it, time is a bubble. All right. Time is a bubble. First of all, you come into this earth, and when you leave this earth too, it doesn't have any time. When you're in your grave after you leave this earth, your soul, it's timeless. Time is a bubble. It's a temporary bubble that gets you to the next place. In other words, I came up with the quote.
Yeah.
Time is just a train that gets you to the next destination. And I'm talking about eschatological events and other stuff. We're on this earth for a purpose. All right. We're here to fulfill a specific purpose.
Yeah.
We're here to accomplish something.
Yeah.
So I always say, do as much good as you can to as many people as you can, because that's what really matters.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you don't die with money. You can't go to your grave with millions in your grave. It's just the reality. When you go to your grave, what is after death? It's a concept that people have been trying to answer. It's a question that people have trying to be an answer for years. What happens after death?
Yeah, and it's funny that you say that, because recently it's been on my mind a lot, and I was sitting, and sometimes I just take notes at random times during the day. Nothing special. I don't set aside a certain amount of time to reflect on my life. I reflect constantly. And one of the things I thought about is when you go in that casket.
Yeah.
And I've been a part of events where I've had to carry out my loved ones in their final days. I've had to speak over their bodies at funerals. And looking at my loved ones, I say, what's the difference between life and death? Because When you're in that casket and you're going 6 feet under, what are the things that you lose? You lose the flesh.
Yeah, yeah.
When you're living, you're walking, you're talking, you have the ability to love, you have the ability to care. You have all of these abilities that you don't have once you die. I told someone the other day, I said, you know, when you're laying in that casket, if you stay there for years and years, what fades away? Your skeleton stays, right? Your skin fades away, your hair fades away. But what is that true thing that you lose? And it's called a soul. Your soul is what allows you to wake up every morning and walk, talk, breathe. That's the true thing inside of you that makes everything work. All causes work together for the greater good. And if you know that your soul can be in a pure place while you have it, a lot of people feel like another day is another opportunity. But really, another day is a moment to showcase what you have.
Yeah.
You can make an impact on somebody's life on Tuesday, even if you were in vain on Monday. You can fix something that happened on Wednesday if you messed it up on Monday. You know what I'm saying? So you have the opportunity to do better because your soul allows you to laugh, allows you to grieve, allows you to heal. You know, all of those are triggered by the soul you have inside of you.
And the next question is that a lot of people struggle with is, who am I? When I ask that question to many people, they give me a name.
Yeah.
I am Makai. I am Rod. No. Who are you? Your soul defines the type of person you are. That's why if you ever hear the saying, oh, people who sell their soul, it's giving away their morality, the person who they are, to accomplish something that is so temporary, such as money, such as fame. You know this. You're in the music industry.
Yeah.
You know, people sell their soul, but what defines you as a person is what your soul is made of. Are you made of love? Are you made of kindness?
Yeah.
You know, are you made of sympathy? Are you made of things that are greater than yourself? And some people sell their soul for this thing that's temporary paper that comes from trees.
Yeah. And you talk about selling your soul. It's interesting because selling your soul is the ultimate price. You know, I was actually told by a wise person, I was riding in an Uber and he's an author. And he told me, he said, if it costs you your peace, the price is too high.
It's too high.
And I was riding and I didn't even understand truly what he was saying. And I reflected on it. That's the process of reflection. You may not get it in the moment, but when you need it, you can grasp it.
You have to reflect. That's part of time. You have to reflect. What you just said spoke right to me. If it costs you your peace, and well-being, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
You know this. I'm not going to speak too deeply into it.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things that right now we are letting go of because it's costing you your peace.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not worth it when other things, external factors can control the way you talk, the way you react, the way you think. That means you've given your soul to something other than you. When you're truly in that natural state of thought, when you're in that natural state of peace, when you're sitting and you're reading a book, or you're sitting and you're doing a podcast, you're writing a note, you're watching a motivational video, that's your natural state.
Yeah.
When you're going throughout your life and somebody makes you angry.
Yeah.
When you're going through your life and you feel disappointed, you put yourself out there to the point where people can control how you feel, how you react. And at that point, you're a puppet to the strings of life. And when somebody starts pulling those strings, you start to act differently. You're not in that natural state of peace anymore. Because person A just pulled that string. So when you can be controlled in a certain manner, that's how you know you need to take a step back and reflect.
Yeah.
Why did I act that way when that person said that to me?
Yeah. And you see, time time has many different aspects and elements to it, because time also includes memories.
Yeah.
And many different things. But time, I believe, was put here as a test.
Yeah.
Because when you go through this thing called life, life is an aspect of time. When you go through this thing called life, you're going to come upon many tests. And the way to win this fight or to win this game is to make sure your soul and what makes you who you are stays the same. It doesn't change.
Yeah.
If I'm a good person, if I'm kind, if I'm loving, there's going to be a lot of baseballs that come and that are thrown your way, a lot of curveballs. But what makes you who you are, what separates you from the rest is if I'm able to say, okay, this is what makes me a person, being kind and loving. Just because this person cursed me out, just because this person screamed at me, just because this person smacked me in the face, I'm not going to change who I am simply because time did what it's supposed to do, because life did what it's supposed to do. It threw a curveball at me. You can't change who you are. You have to build yourself with good morals, and you can't change that simply because time or life has come and did its job.
And you just spoke to it. When that person curses you out, what I think about in my head, which may resonate with other people or teach them a valuable lesson, is when somebody gives you their anger, give them your soul in return.
Yes.
I'm not going to respond with what you gave me. I'm going to respond with what I have. You can't stoop to a certain level and you can't stretch to reach another one. You have to know that you're right in that place that you need to be. And wherever you are, whether you're broken, whether you're whole, or whether you're under construction, give everybody you.
Yeah, a piece of you.
Don't give them anything else because they'll start to expect something else.
Yeah.
If you curse me out and I curse you out back, you expect that every time you curse me out that I'm going to curse you out back.
So I have a question for you, because I was reviewing this topic in class, in my philosophy class, and the question, basically the whole chapter we were studying for the next 3-4 months, and this is a past class, was we were evaluating the difference between John Locke and Hobbes, Locke and Hobbes. And one believed that people are naturally good.
Yeah.
One believed people are naturally evil. So when I say give your piece of your soul to someone and show them who you really are, even though life throws its curveball, I think a piece of me thinks people have good in them. What do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think everyone has that natural good in them, or people have some evil as a part of their soul?
Say it all the time. It says it in the Bible. Go back to God at the end of your life as pure as you came in, right? It speaks to a testament that when you're born, you're innocent.
Yeah.
Right? You don't really know right from wrong. You know what's taught to you. So I believe that people are born good.
Interesting.
I was born new.
Yeah.
I had no sin on my record. I had no slight to give other people.
Yeah.
I had no evil thoughts in my head. All I knew was that I was in a new environment. I was nurtured by my mother and my father. I was given my siblings. You don't choose your life.
You don't.
You choose the way you act.
Yeah.
You choose the environment that you're around and what you choose to take from that environment. If you know that an environment is poison and you step in that pool anyway, don't be mad that you got infected. A lot of people want to step into that poison and feel like I made it out clean so I could try it again. If you jump off the cliff and survive, what stops you from jumping off again? You feel like you have the wings to fly, but the one time you fail, you fall to your demise.
Interesting.
And that's where people don't truly understand that you can make something out of your life that you don't even see.
Yeah.
You can't even comprehend where your life can go. But if you understand that you can constantly improve day by day and take your thoughts
one step
and
at a time.
revise them one step at a time.
Yeah.
You're not fixed in a day.
Yeah.
You're not a millionaire in a day.
No.
You're not a better person in a day. You can't build Rome overnight.
No.
So if you know that you can lay a brick today and a brick tomorrow,
Yep.
and you can build a kingdom,
Yeah.
people would have a much smoother lifestyle.
That's very important, because oftentimes we bite off more than we can
chew.
Yep. And it's very important that people understand that, yes, you want to be a millionaire. Yes, you want to be the best basketball player. Yes, you want to be the best singer, but it takes steps to get there, which brings us into our next topic. Our next topic also that goes within time is, let me reiterate this, time is a test. Time is only a certain piece, of this thing called life.
Yeah.
We're only here, I think the average life expectancy right now in the US just dropped. We're only here for 70 some years, which is very short. So it's very important, this is our next topic, that you find this thing called passion. You have to find your passion, because when you find your passion, I believe you find the reason you're here.
Yeah.
So what is passion to you? What is the point of passion? What does passion mean to you? And how do you find your passion?
Passion is what wakes you up in the morning. Passion is what gets you through hard days.
Yeah.
Passion is when you mess up for the 99th time.
Yeah.
You try the 100th.
Yeah.
Without thinking about every mistake you just made.
Interesting.
That's passion, when you know that you have to do something. You don't try to do it. I know that if I'm recording a vocal and I'm recording myself and it sounds 99% there, but it's not quite what I want.
Yeah.
I can have a sense of complacency and say, hey, I recorded this 99 times.
Yeah.
It'll be good enough.
Yeah.
I don't want good enough. I want exceptional.
Yeah. Excellence.
And that passion
Yeah.
is what fuels you
Yeah.
at midnight, 1 a.m., 5 o'clock in the morning, when you just had a long day. It fuels you to just give that extra step that you never would have had if it was something you didn't care about.
Yeah.
That passion is what wakes up your mind when you feel like you have nothing left. It's what gets your body up when you feel weak. It's the bonding effect that you have when you think about what you love.
Yeah.
When you get nostalgic, when you think about the last podcast, the last song you made, the last item you designed, the last conversation you had. That's a true passion, because passion doesn't just come with your creative ideas. Passion comes with how you feel towards one another.
Ooh.
Do you care about each other?
Yeah.
That's passion.
Yeah.
Do you care about your friends? Do you care about your family? Do you care about the craft? Do you care about your journey?
Yeah.
Everybody wants to get to the end goal, but nobody cares about steps 1 through 5. Nobody's grateful for the opportunity they have. Nobody truly understands the power in accepting and nurturing yourself at every step of that journey so that you're prepared when you get there. I don't care how many steps you skip, whether you know a network to get you there faster than somebody else, whether there's a sense of nepotism to where you're given something that other people don't have.
Yeah.
No matter how fast you get there, you will quickly realize that you didn't do the necessary work to be there.
That's why somebody asked me this question.
Passion.
If you don't have passion, somebody asked me this question this week, and he asked me, would you sell your soul if you were given $30 million right now? Someone opened a chest and $30 million was sitting right there. And my answer was no. Not only because I mean something greater than money, but also because I believe that if I was given $30 million, a lot would be missing. You see, the journey is so important. That's the part of time, the journey. It's a journey to get to the end of time. What you learn on this journey, Makai, is what makes you who you are. Because on this journey, you're going to struggle.
Yeah.
You're going to go through some bad times. You're also going to go through some happy times. You're also going to meet some really wonderful people. If I was given everything right now, I wouldn't learn everything that I have to learn to make me a better person.
Yeah.
A lot would be missing. I wouldn't learn. I wouldn't, get all the attributes that I'm supposed to get to make me who I am. There's a certain person that everyone has to be. There's a destiny everyone has to fulfill. Yeah. And if I was given everything, like you said, nepotism, it happens every day. And you see what happens to it. When you're given a lot of those people who are given a business, who are given an inheritance, they mess it up because they didn't go through this thing called a journey.
You don't know what it's truly worth.
You don't know what it's truly worth. What is the importance of journey?
Well, I once heard a great artist say, you can know the price of everything, but the value of nothing.
Interesting.
And people don't understand that when you don't have that sense of consistency and work ethic, you don't truly know the power of a dollar. I can take $1 and make an impact. You can take $1 to the candy store. We're two different people. We're two different people. People don't understand where they fall because they feel as though they don't know what to do with the opportunity.
Yeah.
If you gave a fool $1 million and you gave me one, I bet you my impact to go farther than his or hers.
Yeah.
Because I understand the value of creating value.
Interesting.
Not utilizing what I have to create a facade of value.
Yeah.
Because I can sit up here and state a whole lot of things that are untrue. You don't know if it's wrong or right.
Yeah.
You don't know who I am.
Yeah.
But if I truly make an impact day in and day out, regardless of how much money I have in my bank account or how many people that truly care about what I'm saying, I know that it's true. I know that it's raw, and I can evoke feeling out of someone.
You see, people will always forget what you did. They will always forget everything you stand for, how much you made, all the above. But the one thing they will never forget is how you made them feel. Feeling is everything. At the end of the day, people, and this is just the reality, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. People smoke to feel good.
Yeah.
People go and do a whole bunch of things. People spend a lot of money on shopping sprees to fulfill empty spaces. Feeling is everything. People scroll on Instagram. They invest in Photoshop and all types of other apps to make themselves look good for feeling, to get that sudden rush of dopamine.
Talk about it.
Feeling is, I mean, at the end of the day, feeling is a big part of this life. How people feel comes down to everything. That's when people craft a whole business idea, the question becomes, how can I make money?
Yeah.
And the conclusion that every business comes to is, if we make this consumer feel this certain way, we're going to make the most money. If we make them feel good when they're going through our shops and they see beautiful colors and they see by the aisles a whole bunch of candy and stuff, we can make them feel good. Feeling is everything.
Yeah. And you spoke about it when it comes to passion.
Yeah.
You can tell who has it and who doesn't.
Yeah.
Just take a look into how they act.
Yeah.
Not what they say, but how they act.
How they act.
Because if you really meet a person with passion, they want to make impact, not dollars.
Yeah.
So if you see an insightful approach to how something is done, whether it's art, whether it's music, whether it's business, you can feel the genuine feeling coming from a person with passion. You can't feel that when you fake it.
Yeah, you can't.
And that's where people fall in a fine line in this world, because you can put a filter on Instagram.
Yeah.
You can flex a bunch of money and then put it back in your bank account for rent.
Talk about it. Yeah.
You can take clothes from your brother or your sister or your auntie or your mom or your dad and take their expensive chain, or rent something from a store, rent a car, and you can look amazing.
Yep.
But when you go to sleep at night, how much of that do you own?
Do you own?
Do you own anything that you showcase?
Yeah.
Do you obtain anything from what you're showcasing?
Yeah, it's deeper.
And that's what people don't think about. Yeah, you look cool for 30 seconds. But when you drop that rental car back off to the establishment and you're back on the road with your 2 feet like everybody else, how good do you truly feel before you go running back to that rental shop trying to seek some more fulfillment in your life?
Temporary stuff. And that's it's a conundrum. It's a problem. It's a predicament that, unfortunately, society today cares so much about temporary things. They don't understand that time itself is only temporary.
Yeah.
Time is temporary because there's going to come a time There's going to come a place that we all perish. Like you said earlier, and you can look at the science. You can look at the science. Like you said earlier, this skin will dissolve into dust. If you look up what percentage, what does dust consider of, excuse me, when you wipe your wall and dust comes off, what is it? The science will tell you a lot of it is dead skin cells. What that means is when we go in the grave, this all perishes. It means nothing. It's temporary. It's things that mean nothing simply because people don't understand that time itself is temporary. Time doesn't last. We're only given about 75 years. You're given 75 years. Rex is given 75 years. There's going to be a day and time. There's going to be an instance in time where this all perishes. I may walk out here today and I may not even get 75 years.
Yeah.
So what you do in those years means so much. Time is just a train that gets you to the next stop. That's all it is. Time is just a train that gets you to the next stop. What you do on that train, the people you meet on that train, that's what determines what stop you get to.
Yeah, and a lot of people get off one stop too early.
Yeah.
And that's a topic that a lot of people feel sensitive about because they say, I've worked for 40 years and I still didn't get what I wanted. Well, did you try it a different way?
Yeah.
And that's the question that I ask because you can work with as much time as you want.
You can, yeah.
Productivity doesn't equal hours.
No.
Productivity doesn't equal days.
No.
Years. Decades.
No.
I can do more in 30 seconds than somebody may be able to complete in 30 minutes. Does that mean I'm ahead or does that mean they're behind? I mean, time is nothing to me.
Yeah.
Because I don't run on a 24-hour clock.
Yeah.
And when you break that restraint of saying, I have to be asleep by this time, because this is when everybody goes to sleep.
Yeah.
Who said everybody's right?
Who said everyone's right?
And that's my question.
Yeah.
Who said that you have to go to sleep at this time? You have to work 9 to 5 every day. Who said that you can't strive for a promotion and work 9 to 8?
There's a lot of people walking dead.
Talk about it.
There's a lot of people walking dead. They got so stuck in this thing called routine that they're so scared. Routine and a little bit of tradition. Tradition is good, but I heard a quote that said tradition is a constraint put on by old dead people in the grave. And I believe in, and let me not, don't get me wrong, I believe in certain traditions, especially when it's something that creates memories. But when you fall into this routine, like you said, of 9 to 5, you fall into this routine of getting up every day and doing the same thing. You have to sit back a little bit, like you said earlier, and reflect and ask yourself, what am I actually doing? Am I accomplishing anything? What am I doing with this time? Time is temporary. Do you believe a lot of people are walking dead?
Yeah. I mean, and I believe a lot of people give up who they are for what they want to obtain. And that's nothing. You can put me in a 1-bedroom apartment for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I'd rather take that than to be in a mansion with nothing that I truly am.
Yeah.
No amount of bedrooms.
Yep.
No amount of yachts.
Yep.
Jets.
Yep.
Chains is going to make me any more of a man than I am today. And because I know that at 20 years old.
Yeah.
And because I know that nothing anybody can give me is stronger than what's inside of me, is the fact that I can keep elevating at a high level and know that I can increase my awareness. I can increase my impact, and I can feed off of those around me because they serve me as well as I serve them. And that's what a lot of people miss, is that you can have good friends around you.
Oh, yeah.
You hear the quote all the time, you need 1 to 2 good friends around you, and you'll be lucky to have
You'll
that.
be lucky to have, yep.
If you have 1 to 2 good friends around you, you didn't look hard enough.
Yeah.
Because there's more than 1 to 2 good people in this world.
Yeah.
And because you have those 1 to 2 good friends, you have 1 to 2 perspectives.
Yeah.
Instead of 3 to 4, instead of 5 to 6. And it's not meaning accept everybody into the circle, because
No.
a circle is enclosed for a reason.
Yeah.
There's no opening. What you have inside of that circle is sacred. People don't understand that when you create that sense of camaraderie between people that are worthy, because it's okay to tell somebody you're not worthy to hang around right now.
Yeah.
Because they aren't there yet. If you don't understand our conversation, you should exit the room.
Yeah.
Until you realize what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And then you re-enter with a new idea that takes our conversation to the next level.
And that takes a certain level of humbleness, of being humble. Because some people, unfortunately, won't realize that maybe I should shut up and listen and realize that these people are talking about something greater than myself. These people are talking about something that I can benefit. And I'm not gonna lie, I've been there before.
Yeah.
Where I've had to take a step back, take a deep breath, and realize, let me look at this from a whole different perspective. They're talking about something deeper than myself. You know how important it is to surround yourself with good people, like you said?
Yeah.
You know? It's important to surround yourself with people, because I always go back to this example, but this example is very important. We grew up, I don't know if you can speak to this too, where our parents would put a bowl of fruit on the table. You know, maybe the beginning of every week, a new bowl of apples or pears. You know about this.
Yeah.
And when one apple starts to turn brown, Makai, what happens to the rest of them?
They start to rot as well. So, I mean, people can have a group of 5 friends. As soon as one goes bad, just know y'all aren't too far behind.
Nope.
And you can try to isolate yourself as much as you want. When you hear their words, when you feel their presence, you're bound to be subject to what they believe, how they act, how they speak. And I noticed that because I'm in different environments. When I was working for the Miami Dolphins this summer, and I got the chance to experience different things, I was told by the CEO in a meeting that we had, he said, the Dolphins were here before I was, and they'll be here after I'm gone.
Yep.
He said there's a sense of stewardship.
Yeah.
And I'm just at the helm for a certain amount of time. And I have to implement things that are so powerful that it extends and broadens the opportunities that this organization has to offer. And that struck me because sitting in a position where I am, where I can create anything, that's something that a lot of people don't believe, is that they can create. You're put on this earth to create new bonds, create new business opportunities, create love. I can make love. I can make a building. I can make a business. All of those things are created inside of me, and I spew them out through this mouth that God gave me.
Yeah.
And when you can create a loving feeling inside of you, like I said, make love.
Yeah.
And give it to someone, that is bigger than any gift that you can ever give, because that's something that can stick with them forever. You can give me a Christmas gift. It may not last for that long, whether it's a shirt, whether it's a game system, whether it's this new gadget that I love and I want to use it for my recording and music, and a printing press to print my new designs. How far does that go before I want something else? When good words can stick with me
Yeah.
until the day I die.
That's so powerful. Oh, that's powerful. Good words stick with you to the day you die, especially because those words are deep. That's why I hate when people say sticks and stones may break my bones, but words never hurt, because that's a lie. I don't care what anyone has been told, that's a lie. Words pierce someone's souls and do something to you more than you even know. Because we care about what other people think. That's just the reality. We care about how other people make us feel. At the end of the day, we're made to be in packs, just like wolves. We're made to be around each other. We're made to lift each other up when someone has died.
Yeah.
We're made to lift this person up when they're sad. That's what we're made to do.
And it's interesting that you talked about those words. It's a funny story, but I was sitting in a barbershop in my hometown, Linden, New Jersey. And I was sitting there, and one of the barbers, we're having regular barbershop talk. And, you know, it wasn't about sports. It wasn't about the next girl walking by. We had an insightful talk about the power of words. And he went into talking about how the origin of the word spelling and a spell. And he took that and broke it down and said, everything you say has a certain connotation associated with it. That's when you fall. Everybody runs to you, they rub your back and they say, are you all right?
Yeah.
And you feel that instant feeling of care.
Yeah.
And you say, oh, I'll be all right. Let me just put a Band-Aid on it.
Yeah.
When somebody says, I love you, and you get that instant warm
yeah.
feeling that creates that sense of happiness, and you
Yeah.
get that rush, it's because words are truly spells.
Yeah.
If you can give somebody a good set of words, it can make them feel great. You give them a bad set of words, and it can tear away at their mere existence.
Yeah.
And because words have that much power, why do you think people are motivated by speakers?
By speakers.
There are people that have a profession in speaking to people and making them feel good.
Yeah.
Eric Thomas, Tony Robbins. They speak. How is it possible that a human, just like me, just like you, can speak and make people change their lives?
Yeah.
The words have all the power.
It is.
You can strike me. You can push me. No matter what you do in the physical world, your words are the true power.
I agree. And unfortunately, we have run out of time. It's so sad because we're having such a good conversation. But just remember this, that time is temporary. Time is something that will eventually run out. We all die someday. And while you're here and while you have this time in your hands, make sure to make use of your time. All right? Take control of your time and take control of your journey and destiny, and see what results you get and see how it will change you. And last thing I want to say is, above everything else, be yourself and don't worry about what other people think around you. Be yourself, be nice to people, be kind to people, and be a good person to as many people as you can. Thank you so much for joining us. Make sure to share, like, and subscribe. And also check out his brand.
silencefashion.club.
There you go. And until next time.